Peace and blessings, everyone. How are you on today? I pray all is well. It's been a long while since I've been on and uploaded a video. And today I'm actually coming on because there was something that I want to just share with you and to hopefully and prayerfully encourage anyone who's listening in right now. I just wanted to say, firstly, I thank God that from the last time that I was on up until now, I had a birthday and I turned another year older. I thank God for allowing me to be on the earth another year, and for 58 years I have been on this earth. So I just praise God in spite of everything that has been going on in our earth. I thank God that I am still yet, alive and able to give God all the praise and all the glory for all that He has done. So I just wanted to get that out the way, and I just want to share real quickly a word of encouragement for someone. As I was cleaning, excuse me, the front yard, just the season, which is what my video is about. It's about seasons. As I was clearing out the yard, as I was taking down the canopy from from the summer. I had the canopy up, the summer things out in the front yard. So I'm out there and I'm taking the things down, and I'm sweeping out the yard, and just getting the weeds and everything out of the sidewalk. And this is what caught me as I was doing that particular thing, that when I was pulling the grass, the weeds, that gets in the crevices, the cracks, you're out there, you're trying to pull that grass up. What I noticed about this, because every year I say the same thing, I don't know why. First of all, I don't buy any, that spray, that weed killer that you can spray in the cracks, and it'll kill the weeds so they can stop, developing in those cracks. I never do that. Every year I say the same thing. Oh, I got to buy me some of that. But it didn't happen again this year. What I found myself doing once again, as I was pulling the grass up out of those cracks, I noticed that during the summertime, when I'm trying to pull that grass up, it is the hardest thing to do. I sometimes I say to myself, why is it so hard to pull the grass up out of these cracks? It's just like something is like holding it down, and I'm trying to pull it out. I'm trying to do everything I can to get the cracks out, to get the grass out of the cracks. So eventually, after working and working, and sometimes I can get it all out, sometimes I can't. But for the life of me, I'm saying, these roots, why won't, because underneath this grass, there's roots. There's roots. What are they holding on to? What is making them so difficult to get up out of the cracks? So it's the roots. The roots are strong. The roots are really, doing what they're supposed to do. But I noticed that in the summer season, that the grass is so hard to get up out of those cracks. Now, when I was just out there a few days ago, pulling this out of the same areas, pulling the grass up. There was still grass there, but the seasons are changing. And now the grass was so much easier to pull up, partly because the season has changed, although there was still grass and we still do have warm weather, but I could feel that the grass, I could just pull it right on up because the season has changed. The season has changed from um, where I couldn't pull it up to where I can now pull it up. And this is the word that I want to share with someone, that as I was thinking on this, when that was happening, that there's a season, there's a time for all things. There are times when we are going to have that particular time that God has pulled us into a season. There's going to be the right setting. There's going to be the right preparation. There's going to be the right uh, atmosphere, the right everything is going to tie into that season. And when God has called us to a certain place, everything is going to be right. Everything is going to be the way that it's supposed to be. We, of course, have to cooperate with the season that the Lord has brought us into. And when everything works out right, that them roots is going to be nice and tight. Nobody's not going to be able to pluck you up out of that season when you know that it is God calling you, me, into this particular season. And but there's a time when the season, because everything, the book of Ecclesiastes tells it that there's a time for all things. There is a time in chapter 3, there's a time for all things. So when I was trying to pull that grass up, I got that grass up so easily. Why? Because it was time. It was the season. It was the timing of the season. It was time for change. It was time to let go. It was time to release. Uh, um, where that grass was placed in, where that grass was growing up from, the season had changed. And so now it was time for it to come up. And sometimes we got to know when to let go. When God has called us out of a season, we got to let God just, it's time to go. Again, we have to cooperate with the changing of the season. So I just wanted to bring that word to somebody, just in case somebody is struggling, because sometimes God will bring us again, just like the 4 seasons come and go. Sometimes there's whatever God allows. Sometimes He may bring us back around to that particular time again and do whatever it needs to be done. But when it's time to be planted, let God plant you in that season. It's no scurrying along trying to think about it. We know when the time, just like the summer season come, that grass knows when to come up. And then when it's time for the season to be done, the grass knows when to just release and let go. And eventually it's going to die off. And sometimes, people are in seasons that has already died off. And that's why things don't work out, because it was the season has died off. The time was to let go. And sometimes God is trying to usher us in to another season. And sometimes God gives us rest in between seasons as well. So I hope that this encouraged somebody on today. And, as I said, I was just out there and I was just amazed. I think about this every year. I think about this and I'm like, one day I'm going to get me some of that stuff you spray in the cracks. But for the time being, okay, I'm going to share this word with somebody today. Hopefully, encourage somebody. Okay, so God bless you. I think I might even share. I bake. I do a couple of things uh, that I love. That I have a desire to do. One of them is baking. So I think I might. Share a picture of my birthday cake and maybe a picture of me on my 58th birthday last week. So God bless you. Have a great night, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Stay blessed and talk to you on the next time. Bye bye.